And it should,
The 4th of June, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
we're starting on the 109A, and it's right after the 4 lines from the top. Amar Rav Yosef. Beginning of the Gemora. We had the case with the son and the who stole, and then he was nishba that he didn't steal, and the father was mace, and all the fallout from all of that. And right. Okay, so let's see what Rabbi Yosef has to say about this Mishnah. Amar Rav Yosef. And we call upon who would like to start off the reading? Did anybody have a burning desire to start off the reading today?
Sure. So is it 109A?
Yes.
109A1, Alan, left-hand column, where it says Gemora.
Okay. The Gemara comments, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. We got it.
Hooray!
The Gemara comments regarding the Mishnah's ruling that the son who robbed his father must return the theft to the other heirs. Omer Rav Yosef. Rav Yosef said, "Filu la'ar norki shel tzedakah." If he finds no other heirs, he must remove the theft from his possession, even by donating it to the coffer of the charity fund. And further comment, Omar Rav Papa. Rav Papa said, "B'tzorich sheyomar zeh gezel ovi." When giving the money to charity, he must say, "This is the robbed property of my father." Gemara wonders about the Mishnah's ruling on my, but why must he relinquish the stolen property to other heirs of the charity? Nimchale lenafshe, let him forgive. Let him forgive. Milo Tanah.
Hang on. Let him forgive himself this debt.
Oh, let him forgive himself. Yeah, the word over there, right? This debt. Milo, did we not learn in the previous Mishnah? Mohalo al ha-keren below mohal mochel lo al chomesh. If the victim forgave the robber, the principal, but did not forgive him the fifth, etc., he need not pursue the victim to Medea, nor to pay him. Alamor bar who, thus we see that the robbery can be forgiven, and the robber absolved to the obligation to return it.
Okay, I don't understand here. What is Rabbi Yosef saying? What's the issue over here? Let's take a look at the Rashi. This Rashi is the last word on the second line. Top.
Afilu the are neki shel tzedakah. Okay, so let's see. What does that say? Afilu. Have we covered this? I don't remember seeing Arniki.
Yes, this is the first statement of Rabbi Yosef.
Rabbi Yosef said, "Oh, afilu la'arniki." Okay, even the coffer of the charity fund. Okay, even the coffer of the charity fund. Im eno motzi yoresh le viv lemi yashiv yitain osa le arniki shel tzedakah below yach binu biyado. If he cannot find an inheritor of his father, who let's see, what is Yashiv?
Lemi Yashiv. To whom should he return this stolen property to?
To whom should he return the stolen property to? Yitain osa la'arniki. He should give it to the charity shel tzedakah, the charity of tzedakah. Velo yachvinu biyado, and he should not keep it in his hand.
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, that doesn't really clarify anything. It just tells us what we already knew it said. So, do the next one.
Yeah, and the next thing is what Rav Papa said. Sarach Sheyomar Ze Gezel Avi.
Okay, so V'tzarich Sheyomar, he's required to say, Kishehu Meshiv the Arniki shall Tzadika Ze Gezel Abba. So that when he returns or gives, I guess, to the charity, this that was stolen from his father.
Now, these words, Ze Gezel Abba, those are the words that are connected to the Divra Maskal, Sarach Sheyomar. It's a run on Rashi, and the first part of the Rashi is really in parentheses. In other words, Sarach Sheyomar, he needs to say Ze Gezel Abba.
Right.
And the other words of Rashi are saying, when is it that he's going to say this? He's going to say that Kishehu Meshiv la'arniki shel tzedakah, when he gives back what he stole to the tzedakah fund.
Right.
So Rav Papa is adding on to the halacha that Rav Yosef said. Rav Yosef said that this is what he stole, and the Mishnah says that he's got to give it back to the other inheritors. Well, Rav Yosef is saying, what if there's no other inheritors? So who does he have to give it back to? Somebody at that? Who can he give it back to if there's no inheritors? So Rav Yosef says, yes, he has to give it to the tzedakah fund. He cannot keep it for himself, even though he is an inheritor.
I have a quick question about this. Is this one of the first times we talked about a charity fund? I really don't remember reading about it.
Yeah, we haven't spoken about, we didn't mention this yet, right?
Right?
Yeah,
So it just popped up. I didn't remember it.
yeah, yeah. It's interesting. It's that's what people think. If they stole something, so all they have to do is give it to the charity fund, and they're absolved of the of their, or if they find something, even if they didn't steal it, but they found it. Oh, I don't know what it belongs to. We'll just put in the tzedakah box. Oh, there's a big condition over here before you do that. You have to not be successful or able to find the one that it belongs to. First, you have to do that.
Right.
There's no one else, even if only if you can't locate the one that it belongs to. If you can't locate the inheritors, if there are no other inheritors, or if the identity you try to locate the owner, but it's to no avail, then that's the first thing you do. But here we do see that at least in this case, that what he does with the stolen money that he stole is to give it to the tzedakah. And then Rav Papa is saying that not only does he have to do that, but he has to announce, Zeh Gezel Abba, this is the stolen property of my father. He has to say that.
Enough, he doesn't have to say, this is the property that I stole from my father.
I think they could figure that out. Maybe not. I mean, and everybody's required to judge him favorably and say, oh, I guess this son is a big hero. He's I mean, why would he need to give it to the tzedakah? He doesn't want it for himself. They'll say, oh, he doesn't want it for himself, and so he's going to give it to tzedakah. Okay, let me see over here if there's any comment about this. Oh, interesting. Well, the Tur, one of the halachic deciders, the Tur, forerunner of the Shulchan Aruch, says that this din, what we're seeing over here from Rav Papa, that you have to announce this, is not only in a case of giving it to the tzedakah fund, but he says in every payback of Gezel, that this is what the Goslin is required to say.
Oh, so everybody knows contextually, it's always what the person who's doing it did. Everybody knows that he's the thief. Whoever says the statement is the thief.
Well, I mean you could stretch and say the same thing. I mean, first of all, the one that it was stolen from, he knows that it was stolen. So so the person that's returning it to him, he's required to say, this is this is what from you. But it's true. I don't see that it says over here that he has to say, I stole it from you. But we mentioned before the other day that the Gemora in Bava Kama says that in addition to the Goslin having to return the stolen items, he has to be Matthias, the one that he stole it from, if he wants a full kapara for the avera that he did, just like for every avera that is done. If he wants a full kapara, requires a pius for
That
the
doesn't apply here.
foundation. What?
That doesn't apply here because his father's not alive. He can't get forgiveness from his father.
Yeah, but the Torah is talking about the fact that this, what Rav Papa says, applies not only in the case of this case of what the Gemora is talking about over here. He says it applies. He says Shalo rak b'nesinas ela gam b'kol piroyan shel hagzela. Olav lamar kain.
What I'm trying to say, Rabbi.
Actually, I don't know maybe he's talking about when he gives it back to the brothers. Maybe he has to say this. You have to see the tour inside. It's not a clear note.
But in any case, whoever he's giving it back to, what I'm saying is that this case is different from all the other cases, because in all the other cases, like you just said, he's got to get forgiveness, which means he has to have gone to the victim and said, I stole this from you, please forgive me, I'm sorry, here it is, but I'm going to give it back to you, whatever. But in this case, he doesn't have to do that because he stole it from the father and the father's not alive. And it's possible that in this case, nobody knows what really happened. Nobody knows that he's the thief. And so Dafka, in this case, it should be the one where he has to say, I stole it. Whereas in all the other cases, it's sufficient to just say this is the stolen stuff because everybody knows he stole it.
Okay, so now let's clarify over here. Why does he have to say? Why does he have to identify himself that I stole it in this case of the tzedakah fund?
Because,
why would that be?
Because there's a possible confusion about who stole it if he doesn't.
Well, as far as the what type of confusion would there be?
Maybe his son discovered this stuff in the possession of the thief.
Right.
And he took it and he said, I'm giving this stuff that I got from the thief to charity.
Okay.
Himself looked like a good guy.
See, what I'm thinking of is as follows, Lou, that the only reason why I would say that he has to identify himself, I can't really think of any reason why he would need to identify himself to the Gabbai Tzedakah over here. What's the difference to the Gabbai Tzedakah? He doesn't have to apologize. He doesn't have to seek any type of a forgiveness from the Tzedakah Gabbai. He's got nothing to do with him. He didn't steal. He's not required to appease him in any way. Why should he need to identify that he's the one who did it? The truth is, I don't.
Let me read the footnote to you.
Yeah. Okay.
It says, i.e., to make clear that he is fulfilling his obligation as a robber and not merely giving a donation to charity, he must inform the officer of the charity fund the purpose of his payment.
Oh.
Rambam.
Oh, really? Okay. Really? That's interesting. Uh-huh. Okay, so
I would imagine also that by identifying himself as a robber, he takes the heat off anybody else who might be suspected of being the robber. And any consequences of identifying someone as being the robber, but the person is not the robber.
I agree with that, but I'm going one step further and saying it's even possible that nobody knows it was stolen.
Yes, I was thinking that too, actually. But yeah.
Yeah, it doesn't even if nobody even if nobody is suspected of anything in this particular case, what I understand what you're saying was saying that this person, this son, he has a mitzvah of Heshivas Agzela Sher Gozal. And so in order to fulfill that mitzvah of returning the stolen item, he's not really able to fully return the item because the person, his father passed away already. So he's not really able to do that fully, to give it back to the one that he stole it from. But he's not able to keep it for himself. And it's the Torah is saying that in order for him to he has an obligation now to return the stolen item that he stole, and according to what we're seeing over here, he could fulfill that mitzvah of returning the stolen item, so to speak, even though it's not to the actual owner that he stole it from, or even his heir. He could still fulfill that mitzvah of returning the stolen item, but Rav Yosef says, he has to identify that this is so then that, according to that would basically we would basically understand from what he's saying that he is the one who stole it. If right. What if he's saying I'm fulfilling the mitzvah of well, see, that's what Rashi says. Rashi just explains that yeah, I mean that's what Rav Papa says. He has to say Ze Gel Avi. Now, as you pointed out, that itself doesn't necessarily implicate him as being the one who stole it. It's just identifying on the stolen goods that they are the stolen goods of my father.
Right.
Okay. Maybe the let's see. Yeah, we have a letter by Rav Yosef, and we have a letter by Rav Papa also. It sends us to the Rambam in Hilchos Gezela.
Right, that's what's quoted by my footnote.
Perek Ches, chapter 8.
Chapter 8, pasuk 3.
Yeah. Okay. So that's 1 second here. I have in the back of my Gemora all the relevant halach rulings of Hashem. This should be. Oh, wow, that's not very good. They don't bring down this case. How could it be? Okay, they don't bring down this halacha. Okay, I'd have to take a look in the Rambam itself. Let's take a look at this Rambam, because we already have a question over here about, does he have to identify himself or not? Okay. Here it is, the Rambam, Mishnah Torah, Sefer Nezikin, Hilchos Gezela ve'Aveda, Perek Ches, Perek Shmini, Halacha Gimel. Says the Rambam. Oh, actually, let's take a look at the halacha base, because that's really the beginning of the story over here. Gozeles Aviv. Oh, sorry, 1226. Maybe we'll go right to Mishnah Gimel. Im ein lo achin, right? So the son stole from the father, and the father passed away. So, and now we're talking about a case where this son that stole from the father does not have any brothers. He doesn't have brothers. Shenimsa, Zeha Gazlan Nevado, Hu Yoresh. So it comes out that this Gazlan is the only one who inherited the father. So what does he do? Motzi Agezela mitachas yado. He has to remove and take out the stolen property from his hand. Lebonov. V'im ein bonim haben. If Hagazlan, if there's no sons to the, why would that be? Where did the Rambam get that from? It's not our Gemora. Okay, we'll leave that on the side for a moment, because the Gemora doesn't say that. Nosno lebal chovo, o bahalvasoy, o litzadaka, o v'yotza gezela atzmo bitakas yado, nifter, afal pisha nosno matana, o pora b'chovo, hu shiodim v'yomer ze gezel abba. Oh, the Rambam has a whole additional part of the story over here that the Gemora doesn't go into it at all. And nobody comments over here on the words of the Rambam. So I'm left by myself to understand this. Let's read the Rambam again. Im ein loy achin, shenimsa ze hagazlan levado hu hayoresh. If there's no other inheritors, and this Gazlan, he's the only inheritor. Motzi hagazlan mitachas yado lebonov. He takes this gezel from his possession and gives it to his sons. Im ein bonim lezeh haben hagazlan. If he doesn't have any sons, this son who gazled from his father, nosno lebal chobo. Let him give it to, oh, no. You know what it means? No. It doesn't mean to give it to his own sons. I don't think that's what it means, although that's what it seems to be saying. Ein bonim lezeh ben hagazlan. Ein bonim lezeh. Very strange words. Oh boy, I got myself into a pickle over here, didn't I? Nosno lebal chovo, o behavoso. He gives it to his creditor, or the one that loaned him money, or he gives it to tzedakah. That's our case. That's what Rav Yosef is talking about. Hoyel v'yotza gazela atzmo mitachas yado. And so now, since the actual stolen property that he stole from the father is now no longer in his possession, niftar, he's been excused from his gezel. Afopi shenosna matana, even though he gave it as a matana, or para b'chayvo, or he paid up his debt with it. But this is all on the condition sheodiam, that he informs these individuals that he's giving the stolen goods to. Yomer, and he says, Ze gezel abba, this is stolen property from my father. This is what was stolen from my father. And there's no one on the page that has the temerity to comment on this Rambam. What else do they say about this Rambam in the Art Scroll? I'm curious.
Unfortunately, I think we're out of time for today.
Okay.
Hello.
The Rambam is saved. Okay.
Tomorrow.
Bezrat Hashem. Okay. Everybody have a great day. Bye. Bye, Alan. Bye, Roy.
Bye. See you.
Be
Thank
well.
You too.
Amen.
Lucy at 4, right?